Hello everyone, this is Magnezone150 on Oprah, otherwise known as Magnemite150 on YouTube, and this is me versus Bradley. I think that's how you say it. So now begins the battle. I send out Crobat first, and he sends out Metagross. Now, right now I'm thinking maybe he'll use a Zen Headbutt, so I have to take the risk at this moment of trying to Hypnosis it. So that's what I went for. I went and I did a Hypnosis, hoping I would hit, and I missed, which was not good. So he uses Meteor Mash, which to me was kind of strange, but I went with it. So he did a lot of damage, which wasn't good at all because he could use a Bullet Punch at any moment, and his attack rose, which wasn't even good at all for me. So I recovered from my Black Sludge. Right now I'm at 144 out of 374, and I went for another Hypnosis, and what do you know? He didn't use Bullet Punch, and I put it to sleep. Now at this point I'm thinking this Metagross must be an Agility Gross of some kind. So I have to be careful for that. So I decided to get the hell out of there and use U-turn. Now the question was on my part, which Pokemon was I going to send out there in case that Metagross were to wake up at any moment and attack me. So I was thinking for a little bit, and I decided that I had to send out Magnezone, which at this point all of you must be thinking that's pretty suicidal of me, which it really was, because it could just wake up at any moment and use a Hammer Arm or an Earthquake or something. And the camera was a little offside, so I fixed it, and there you go. And he wakes up, and that was kind of strange because I was thinking I would go first, but he went first and he used an Explosion on me, which I also was not expecting at all, thinking I was expecting an Earthquake or a Hammer Arm, but it ended up using Explosion. So now we're both in a situation where we don't know what we're going to send out at this point. But I thought faster is usually better, so I went for my Crobat, and he sent out Shuckle, which to me was kind of strange. At the same time, it wasn't, because my Crobat is specially equipped to deal with these kind of Pokemon, because these kind of Pokemon always use status moves, or else they're useless. Sure, Shuckle may have a very good defenses, but it has bad HP and bad attacks. So I went for a Taunt, and what do you know? His moves failed completely, and I made his Shuckle utterly useless. So, thinking he would switch out, I used a Hypnosis, and he ended up not switching. He kept his Shuckle there. So now he has a useless Shuckle that's asleep now. So now I'm thinking, will he switch out again? If he were to switch out again, then I decided maybe I should attack instead of switch. So I attacked with a Brave Bird. Sure, it was a good move because I did some kind of damage to it, and it didn't hurt me too much in recoil. So, his Shuckle continues to sleep. I continue to heal from my Black Sludge. And I healed back up all my recoil, and I was thinking maybe I'm good enough just sitting here just doing Brave Bird. But little did I know what he was going to switch out to. He switches out, and he puts out his Electivire, which at this point isn't that great. But now I notice that it's Electivire, and knowing that Electivire doesn't have the best defense in the world, I used a Brave Bird, and it did quite a bit of good, considerable amount of damage. So I decided to U-turn out of there just for precaution, in case he uses a Thunder Punch or an Ice Punch. Now at this point, I'm pretty bad at this point because I had to risk it whether he'll use Ice Punch or Thunder Punch, but he ended up using Thunder Punch, which was good for me because I switched into Garchomp. So I decided to go for an Earthquake to take out the Electivire, thinking he wouldn't switch, which he didn't, and I took out the Electivire. So far things are looking really good on my side, which seems really nice for me. So now I'm just wondering which Pokemon will he send out next, because now I'm stuck using Earthquake because of my Choice Scarf. So now he sends out Garchomp, a shiny one to be exact, and that's not good for me at all, shiny or not. I have to get out of there. So I switched to Drifblim, hoping he wouldn't do too much damage, and he uses a Dragon Claw. Now, I'm thinking, sure, that's a stab move, so that's probably going to do a lot, but I'm hoping he would survive. And he did at 175 out of 436, and now I healed up to 284 because of my Citrus. And because of my Citrus, that activated my ability Unburden. Now he switches out his Garchomp. Now he probably thought I was going to use Will-O-Wisp or something, but I ended up not doing that. I used a Destiny Bond. Now at this point I'm thinking, well, that's not good. Now he knows my secret. So I went in for another Destiny Bond anyway, thinking he would use Ice Beam, and he went for a Surf. Now, of course, thinking that's a stab move, that should kill me either way, right? But it didn't. It left me at 19 HP. Now that totally sucks, because if he were to switch to his Shuckle or something, then I would be tortured, and he would put me into the torture chamber of doom, which wouldn't be good for me at all. But I went for the risk. I used another Destiny Bond, and what do you know? He uses Surf, and he takes out his own Milotic along with my Drifblim, which will leave us both at the same problem which we were left near the beginning, which now, meaning we would have to choose random Pokemon to send out, because we don't know what we have on each other. So I'm thinking, okay, well this is not good. I was hoping he would send out a useless Pokemon, which he ended up doing. He sent out his Shuckle, which is asleep still. So I'm thinking, okay, things are looking good for me. And I sent out Garchomp. Things are definitely looking better for me. So I'm thinking, well, since Shuckle's just like Armaldo, I decided to go for a nice Stone Edge, which I did. And I hit it. Next thing you know, a crit. Crits are always good unless you're the opponent doing crits on me. Then I'd be afraid, right? So I get a critical hit, and I take it out. Then comes his Arcanine. At the same time, I'm thinking, this is not too good, and at the same time, it could be a good thing, because either way I have a pretty good, decent amount of attack, so I should be able to pull off another move. But I wasn't sure whether it had a Focus Sash or something, but it didn't matter to me. I just went for it anyway. I used the Stone Edge, and I noticed how its HP dropped so fast, and I was thinking, wow, another critical hit, and it's super effective. So I took out his Arcanine just like that, and now he's down to his last Pokemon, and it is Garchomp. Now, like I said earlier, shiny or not, I have to get out of there, because now I'm stuck using Stone Edge. That's even worse than Earthquake. So I switch out to Porygon Z, hoping he can take the hit, because, well, I'm hoping this Garchomp doesn't know anything like Brick Break, but why would he use Brick Break on my Garchomp, right? So he went for a Dragon Claw, like I thought, and he left me at 106, which was good. And since I boosted up in special attack because of my download ability, I was able to blast him away. And there ended our battle. Me versus Bradley. Good job, man. But, you know, it was a good battle, of course, and I won 4-0. And if you want to rematch sometime, you can just ask me. And that seems to be it. Thanks for watching.